Hello, welcome to July 15th, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is an exercise that I perform each and every morning, just after waking up. It's now 4:49 a.m. I do this in order to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use this time to reflect on the last 24 hours to see how I did with the challenges and opportunities that I've met and how I engage with these relative to my objectives, using my principles to help me navigate the challenges and capitalize upon the opportunities, or at least improve upon the opportunities. I also think about the day to come, reflecting on the coming 24 hours and forecasting where I can be ready myself to do better and preparing myself for the unexpected. But first, let's read a poem. Reading from John Keats. First we'll read quickly yesterday's poem, and then it'll just be a reread, and then we'll read and analyze a bit a new poem. Yesterday's poem was on sitting down to read it was When I have fears that I may cease to be. When I have fears that I may cease to be, before my pen has gleaned my teeming brain, before high-piled books in charactery hold like rich garners the full ripened grain, when I behold upon the night's starred face huge cloudy symbols of a high romance, and think that I may never live to trace their shadows with the magic hand of chance, and when I feel, fair creature of an hour, that I shall never look upon thee more, never have relish in the fairy power of unreflecting love, then on the shore of the wide world I stand alone, and think 'tis love and fame to nothingness do sink. Noting the coming around to the speaking to a woman, huh? I'm noticing that theme, especially with the new poem that we're about to read, which I read before I started the camera and studied a bit. There were two words here, one word and a term that I didn't understand. I had to look up. The first word is maidenheads, which refers to virginity. It's a racy poem, this one. And the second was a phrase, nice cut core, which I don't understand in the context of this poem, but which means it's a process in agriculture to cut the core out of a piece of fruit to somehow help the plant to grow. I don't quite understand the process, nor the reference here, although it sounds a bit sexual. And this is a very sexually charged poem. It's called "Oh Blush Not So," and it's Keats imploring a woman, to probably a very young woman, like he was himself. He was 20 years old when he wrote this in 1816, imploring her to embrace life. You'll get the rest. "Oh blush not so, oh blush not so" is the title, with exclamation marks. Oh blush not so, oh blush not so, or I shall think you knowing, and if you smile the blushing while, then maidenheads are going. There's a blush for won't, and a blush for shan't, and a blush for having done it. There's a blush for thought, and a blush for not, and a blush for just begun it. Oh, sigh not now, oh sigh not now, for it sounds of Eve's sweet piping. By those loosed lips you have tasted the pips, and fought in an amorous nipping. Will you play once more at nice cut core? For it will last our youth, for it only will last our youth out. And we have the prime of the kissing time, we have not one sweet tooth out. There's a sigh for yes, and a sigh for no, and a sigh for I can't bear it. Oh, what can be done? Shall we stay or run? Oh, cut the sweet apple, and share it. Now, having once been a young man myself, a young amorous man, as most young men are, young women too, I imagine, I can relate to a lot of that sentiment. That's a heavy, powerful poem. It stood the test of more than 2 centuries. Still read and enjoyed today. Delicious, that one. Controversial, perhaps, maybe. Evocative. We'll read it again tomorrow in its fullness. In its fullness. So, on to the good life. Last night and yesterday. Slept all right last night. A little bit warm. I woke up in the heat a little bit, but I mean, it's in the 70s. I mean, how bad is that? It's really nice here. I'm really glad we moved to the beach now that summer is in full swing. It makes a difference. No need of any air conditioner at night, and it's very pleasant. Yesterday, good day. No particular challenge that I can think of. I got through a lot of stuff. I shipped 3 books out. I did a meetup with someone from Facebook. That was nice. A couple came to visit me, and we had a nice meeting. Gave them some copies of a book, and the husband told me that he'd seen Going Alone on the shelf of a self-help bookstore in Los Angeles. Interesting, that. Nothing else really to report from yesterday. Let's do the good life. 7 objectives. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize my true limits, my true opportunity, and to do just one thing at a time. And to do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. The principles, let's see if I can enumerate them out to the number 34. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go. War, reason, homunculus, Anchorhold, home of good and evil. Purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride. Maturity, the social principle, the principle of family. Public speaking, distraction, agency and the great indifference. Temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be borne. The Feast of Offal. Did I already do distraction? I don't think so. Distraction, agency and the great indifference. The best seat in the house. The Restless Man. The Path of Wildness. The Great Life Adventure. The risk of avoiding risk. Sin and damnation. Complete oblivion. The season of philosophy. The bullseye aim. The uphill climb. Arena and utility. Nothing is enough. Principle of fun. Well, that's a first. 35. It's clearly I did a double somewhere. 35. Foolish me. I should probably spend more time going over the details like I used to do. Stop doing that. Mainly because I filled this exercise with other things, poetry, etc. But I feel that's okay. If you want to dive deep, deeper into it, you can have a look in the book. It's at going. You don't have to buy it. It's at goingalone.org. You can read it online. Okay, now for today. It's a Saturday, which means I finish all of this, feed the dogs, take care of all that. Then I'll head to the beach to do my book reading, maybe a morning swim. Come home. I already got a head start on my cleaning yesterday. Then I'll go shopping with get lunch, shopping with Yumiko, and just wind down the day accordingly. That's about it. Nothing else. I think I can stop there. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. Oh, I did forget something. Am I ready to die? Very important question that I need to answer. That means, in particular, are my life affairs in order? Is my life affairs in order? Are my relationships sound? And is my mission complete? My life affairs are in order. My relationships are good. And my mission is done. Yeah, going alone is written. It's all icing on the cake now. Okay, I'll finish. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See ya.